What's going on, Guardian? Sly here, and thanks for checking out another Destiny video. So, as you guys no doubt have heard by now, SRL, the Sparrow Racing League, is coming back this December the 13th through January the 3rd. Now, the funny thing about that is that it's in a festival called The Dawning. Now, if you've been watching my channel for some time now, you might remember quite some time ago I talked about the Dawning Festival, as you can see this old thumbnail right here. Now, back then, it didn't really make any sense, but now it seems like everything is finally falling into place. The Dawning is Destiny's newest Christmas event. SRL is just one of the ways to play it, but there seems to be a ton of stuff to do in this free update. Strike competitions for PvE players, new weapons, crazy looking armor, shaders, emblems, cool winter consumables, and finally, those infamous Solar and Void Lord LMG machine guns that we've seen well over a year ago. Those are finally being released. Now, even though they were shown as part of the Taken King release, it looks like our year-and-a-half wait is finally over, and they finally have made themselves known. More so than that, the dangerous Icebreaker is also coming back to the world of Destiny. Now, that is something I really did not see coming, and honestly, here's the reason why. It is simply too powerful of a weapon for this day and age in Destiny. The days of two-shotting in the Crucible are pretty much over, just like sitting in the corner of a strike and ice-breaking your way to victory. Those days are over as well. So when the Icebreaker comes back, expect to see some heavy modifications on it. That's just a nice way of saying it's going to get nerfed to hell and back. Now, the Icebreaker, it caused so much havoc for developers that they're not going to just let it bounce back into the game full throttle. Now, just like the underpowered Gjallarhorn version 2 for the Rise of Iron, I expect the Icebreaker to follow a similar path. Anyways, guys, I uploaded the trailer that you can watch right here. It's just as easily found on Bungie's website if you want to check it out. It's got all the information I'm about to talk over, so it's definitely something you guys should take a look at. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the things that we can expect to see this upcoming December 13th, which, by the way, of course, is a Tuesday, and that should make for one interesting reset guide. Alright guys, well, let's take a look at some of the things you might have missed when watching the trailer. So first up, we see some new shots of armor and a few crazy looking consumables. But the best part of this is the Titan right here rocking some of the new Titan armor. And finally, we get a good look at one of the LMG machine guns, the Void Lord or the Void Light machine gun, whatever you want to call it. Those really aren't official names, of course, but it's nice to see that they actually do indeed exist. So next, the Warlock gets a shot of his new armor, and you can see that Thorn finally gets a new look. So expect to see some new skins for Thorn, and even though the Warlock armor looks different, it strongly resembles some of that rare blue armor that I used while ranking up in Rise of Iron. So I guess we'll see if that indeed is the blue version, and if it comes back as a legendary set. Moving along here, we see a few new Sparrows and two of the new Sparrow Racing League get-ups. The Sparrow closest to you must be the Festival Sparrow because it has that huge light-up snowflake on it. I was actually hoping for some more aggressive-looking Sparrows instead of the same things that we used in the past. But hey guys, like I said, a free festival, that's definitely a welcome sight. Alright, so as we keep progressing through the trailer, you can start to see some of the new tracks that we'll all be racing on, which I'm totally glad they added some new tracks to play on. Hopefully they'll bring back the old ones as well to enhance the total amount of tracks to race on, but so far, my favorite one seems to be this one right here with the rotating Christmas presents. Just about every MMO on the internet has some kind of, like wacky Christmas-themed festival going on. It has like death presents, killer snowmen, stuff like that. We didn't see any of that stuff last year. But it looks like Death Presidents will be a go for this year's SRL. That's definitely something exciting and something to look forward to. So this next shot shows a few of the new Sparrows, and the only one that really catches my interest is this black and yellow one. But I'm sure there'll be some other prized, high-end Sparrows up for grabs when you end up completing your record book or certain quests. Now, one thing that I am very happy to see is some completely out-of-this-world armor. And whatever this hunter is wearing right here, it fits that theme perfectly. I can't even tell if that really is a hunter besides its cape. The Icebreaker also makes its first appearance here along with a new ornament that camouflages into the new suit of armor. So that thing looks so freaking odd, man. I love the helmet, the shoulders. I can't wait to see what it looks like up close. Now, every character has an odd armor piece like this one. Now, you'll see them from different shots later in the trailer. I'll freeze it when the other ones pop up. Okay, so now we finally know what PvE event will be held in this Winter Festival. Bungie said that they had something for everyone this holiday season, and it looks like strike scoring will be just that. From what we can see here, it looks like a Crucible version of strikes. Headshots, double or triple grenade kills, melee, super kills, all of these will produce points that will be tallied up at the end. Just like the Prison of Elders, I'm sure whoever gets the final boss shot will also get a huge amount of points. Something, I don't really personally agree with. I believe it should be whoever does the most damage to the boss should end up getting, the most points, because anyone can get lucky enough to get that final shot off. Anyways, at the end, they show some huge presents being opened by a Guardian at the end of this trailer. And I'm thinking that the winner might get a present dropped as their reward, or it could just be another Eververse thing, pay-to-play type deal. More on that later, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So next up, we get to see two LMGs that people have been drooling on for the past year and a half, the Void and Solar LMGs, along with what appears to be that Warlock's crazy holiday armor set, and it just looks insane, right? I mean, I've never seen anything like that in Destiny, and I'm glad they finally changed stuff up. I mean, how awesome is that, really? Finally, something that isn't a redo or a blue made into a legendary, a brand new set of armor. I can't wait. So, as we keep going, the Icebreaker finally makes its official appearance along with its own new white ornament, and here are the presents I was talking about earlier. It looks like a handful of boxes open up, and then you have to choose one of them as your reward. Now, of course, that's just speculation on my part, but it's definitely something new. This also takes place behind the bounty robot leading up to the event space in the tower. So, I don't know, maybe they're just decorations. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Also, here's a shot of the crazy Titan holiday armor, and it's not as good as the others, but still something completely different than we're used to, and I'll take that any day of the week. Alright, so next up, here are a few shots of some of the new consumables that are, of course, in front of Eververse, so you basically know what that's going to mean. And a few frames later, we see a new Hunter helmet and cape, along with a totally sick Red Death ornament. You can see the blood-stained handprint on the Snow White-like shell. I mean, this is something pretty awesome here, man. But that's pretty much the end of it, guys. Just a few more shots of SRL, a few new Sparrows, a couple shots of new armor, and that pretty much seals the deal. But that about does it, Guardians. I just wanted to give you all a quick look into some of the things I noticed while watching the trailer. Now, this must be the big festival they were talking about last year, because from what I can see, the amount of weapons, armor, sparrows, consumables, and activities are completely night and day from what any other festival in Destiny has been so far, of course excluding the April update, but that wasn't really a festival. Now it's something different. Now before I go, this is what I meant by more on that later when talking about Eververse. As you can see right here at the bottom, some content shown available in the Eververse store. And there's the downside, guys. Now hopefully it's not going to be like the Festival of the Cost, where you have like a 1 in 10 billion chance in getting something you actually want. You'll have to end up paying for it. So something tells me we're in for more of the same. Once again, just like everything else, I speculate we're going to have to wait and see. But that's it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching and for your support of the channel. As you guys know, could not do this without you all, and feel free to hit me up on Twitter @SlyNation or subscribe to me here on YouTube. Always a pleasure, Guardians, and until next time, this is your boy Sly. Later, guys.